What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing another 2022 NBA mock draft video, and in today's video I will be actually having one of the hardest teams, if not the hardest team, to predict who they're going to take with their pick, and that's actually going to be the San Antonio Spurs. I'm going to be completely honest, I'm kind of scared releasing this one because at the end of the day, they could just draft someone absolutely random. I think a lot of people know the Spurs are just like the hardest team to pick on who they're, of course, going to be potentially drafting. I mean, when they took Joshua Primo last year, no one thought that was going to happen. He was projected to go at like well above the 20s, and they took him like 10 higher picks. So they probably could be doing a similar thing like that again. But I've kind of just gone relatively best available with this pick. But again, if you maybe thought, well, hold on, why didn't I draft this guy or someone else? That's because I might have already taken him, you know, with a higher pick to another team. So again, I highly recommend you guys go and check out my full official 2022 NBA mock draft, which I will, of course, be linking in the description down below. So you can see, you know, every single team on what players have got them drafted, you know, drafting rather, just so you guys are pretty much, you know, fully caught up. Again, this will be a clip from one of those videos, so yeah, again, highly recommend you guys go and check out the full thing. Of course, the other thing I want to mention is, as well, as we don't actually know if the San Antonio Spurs will have the 9th overall pick. Again, this is only a guess. Of course, the lottery hasn't happened. I'm kind of just taking where they are in the standings right now and putting that as like a full prediction on where I think they might, of course, be selecting. But again, I guess without further ado, here's who I have the San Antonio Spurs picking in the 2022 NBA Draft. Now we've got at the 9th overall pick. I actually really struggled for this one because we've got the San Antonio Spurs, and just the way they operate is very different to any other NBA team. And what I'm saying by that is, you look at all the other NBA teams and a lot of them just go best available or potential what the team needs. The Spurs really look at a whole lot of different things. They look at, you know, future prospects, like we saw when they took Primo. Like, that guy is realistically was not even projected to be anywhere near where he ended up getting taken, I think at like 11 or something. But the Spurs saw he could be a good player in the future, and I think that's what they'll maybe be looking at, is some more guys that can eventually develop into being a pretty good player or a pretty good role player. With the 9th overall pick, I wouldn't actually be surprised if they looked at Benedict Mathurin, who is kind of from Arizona in his second season at college, 20 years of age. Again, they don't always necessarily like to draft them super young as well. They've drafted some older players here and there too. And he's just a dude that's averaged 17.5 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, and has a very big, you know, capability of getting better. Seems to be a dude that can consistently defend really the 1, 2, and the 3. Is a really good size for a wing as well. And also is a really, really good 3-point shooter at 37% from 3. Again, sometimes he needs to put more pressure on when he is defending, but honestly, he could be a really, really solid player. He's got a really good first step as well, and can definitely find his way getting to the ring oftenly during times when he was in college. So he's just one of those guys that I think, yeah, the Spurs will have a look at. I feel like fits the size of what the Spurs have been looking at recently. They've got a bunch of players, whether it's their point guards, shooting guards, or small forwards, that are all kind of in that 6'4" to 6'7" range. They don't really like them small, but they don't necessarily like them above average height as well. Again, I feel like the recommended small forward height would be like 6'7" or 6'8" now, but they do have a lot of those like 6'6" small forwards, and I think they could definitely trend down this way. Because you look at Mathurin, look, he's not exactly the tallest, but he's a big guy, and there is still a chance he could maybe grow in the NBA to maybe even being 6'7" or something like that. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, he's a guy who I think the Spurs will look at. Will they draft him? Maybe not. This is a really hard one. It's really hard to hit the nail on the coffin on who the Spurs are ever going to take, because I think in every draft they surprise someone. So look, they probably won't even draft this guy. More likely they won't, they'll probably draft some dude who was ranked 20 or something that's going to be a future star in the league somehow. Who even knows? It's just such a San Antonio Spurs thing that they like to do.